ene 8 yo date the fatu timu ntentemu ene if I say ene me god Asare-Bediako me fill forms ene 8 July medi anase me ye togoni enkwa na se me Ghana ni nkwa na me Ghana ni ese togoni question ene god Asare-Bediako do I owe allegiance only to the Republic of Ghana na and then I may sign no na me we ebusami enya china and then I may sign ya me say I me ni any ayi allegiance to any nation apart from Ghana. Not my birth date and then 9 July 8 July yo and then 8 July my birth date say I owe allegiance only to the Republic of Ghana. Na me de ko ma swear wo so ma din si akantam mi wie na perfo ko hwe krata no mu a say na 8 July na meyen na me boa say me say awo Vietnam for passport etibitiwe me Ghanaian Vietnamese na me de ti ho say me boa me twantro na enti contest no eye October mu almost say ebra October no ye kwoto aba ne de na menkrata no aba enti no on the on the day of election no na me dey that is a moot argument. It doesn't arise me patcho December mu de to aba no e da no de the forms call ye and that's what the forms look up 2 months earlier what for but empenifo bi etigana eye katasumu muaso eye bunkum argument eti ene komo aye bedie no eno eka ho ye mekwa ahoma no so ene lawyer for akwakodi enkomo ene na wo se kinya mi amenu apanyi lawyer wua na oba no bedi nkomo but say pressure was town and tembia and weekend they do say pa ya na perifo baby bebre obeko but woni e bekasa e wa homa no so na eje bafo wua we senior partner sa akode bafo wua and partners ye na bedi enkomo e wo ho no mo nya mecha de so menua Cliff Ekufu we journalist we say trudi aba be kam ho e ka sa akwa homa so de Dr. George Donfe ono so eye development economist and no senior research fellow e University of Ghana ono so no be kwa homa no so na kodi enkomo last week there discussion bi we say no yentimi anko to details and I say UNDP for aye interview panimu pa aye interview akana bonten say we shepherd takramu o aye analysis na who say international rating agencies you can't international rating agencies na also hold my betas yes ya Ghana ya mark you down yes ya downgrade ye ye ko B minus ye kwa hefa Fitch Standards and Poor near the normal keka ho no Fitch Moody's Standards and Poor yes yes about downgrade ye in fact on my penny Eco United Nations General Assembly New York last year what did I see so ka say one no there what she said there international credit agencies no and rating agencies no rating Ghana and Africa. What did they say? They are not being fair to us because some Muslim marking you down on a more rem, especially whereby COVID-19 are ravaging all economies in the world. Now, about 2 months Africa, so who bought woman the Equabuma Africa, Bordiabu, and who ho, Kokwa, Bayra wo but baby, just say Equabuna or Ghana. Why not guys a Ghana for the past 5 years? So na Moody's for Fitch for any Standards and Poor for no Moody ratings be aba as if say e koma ba ma ye rin tutu me eso pia bonten a wo pedokrata wunya bi esnye sanity et na ku for the ka say wo bad advice ka African continent ko punu ke yes ye mpe ye credit rating agency bi na komo so MY kofo bi antiase globally go for be support on there but especially of course Ghana NDC for the man tiasi wasaka biam na nsen ena na wotwetwam ya UNDP panimu abeka sa asebu o da to so President Kufuor has he been vindicated or not? And now the this enkomo no. Yentimi sorry so abra yenka MPP internal elections. Me no ka say Honorable Alanchamatin every greater Accra say free be cluster community friendly campaign. It okay can constituency bomua be me saboma no apuhia no modi nkomo. Wokọ so akọ obi greater Accra. Ese bebre piepiem ye bedi ehon nkomo. Dr. Mamun ba me aso me no ka say obi greater Accra and watesi Ashanti region. Akomensia akosubi akobibi bebre atwema kwamma atwema mponia ya no so ene so wesa ato aso etie de ebedi enkobo oman pipifo aye omo veti no awie anti after veti no things nyame adoma edwada eno mo de resource no ebeba enti no ye hwese de no so ebeko enti abusafo ebomu nyina akwa baba bechirim ewo movement television so any wontumi radio 95.9 radio baka say ye chim kakra bi the next 10 minutes na I'm sure say we back on air ye fam god na Asare-Bediako ye ni nkomo miria e say
nyame adumo
fa se uti anan ko ti o say eteni bo hoba na mu odu eteni bo hoba na emu odu ti wa hwe na ada anko ba se bi aboko de
adum
ye de nyame ase. Right. Now three musem dey na kwa catch your attention pa.
Oh, ansem na odi atu ho ni nyina am say
na catch your ben microphone mami.
Ni nyina akachi my attention.
Okay. And yen starting free asenof. Menhu asenof. But was also a decent judgment achi what actually the now what reports now what from asenof now be sent pedifo be say hey who busa quality journalist or say and then the cost for resource na buy was it a shocker and MPP for how should they take it and this for how should they take it is it a done deal for NDC or 2024 elections and now still must jubilating.
Well so I'm say me body unim dynamics na war asenof especially ye carve our constituency out of the greater Asare and ye include your friend saying
Asare Central and
no.
This Asare South.
No, Asare Central.
And that's South in Kahun.
No, South in Kahun.
Okay.
Yes, started 1992 with two constituencies. Sa area ho. Yeah, Asare South and Asare North. Enti NDC we need sa constituencies no. Until Professor Dominic Fobi. Ebeji South and Honorable Kennedy accompany kwa Japan. Ebeji North no.
Okay.
But gerrymandering no mo year 2012 no. And a separate Asare North from Asare Central. Chemum ye no. Enti eno sa side no retaining the original constituency name no. And Central Asinfosu area enclave no it take the Asare Central constituency.
Okay.
Now what the rationale behind since you mudi create our constituency now? Of course, my in real say our constituency no under Professor Mills and you create our constituency. I'm say omu year analysis near permutation no omu hu say omu yifa house anu a ebeboa
NDC for
course. Inti anya wan say 2012 elections no omu wini ye. But interestingly no I'm say MPP ekon akoden pa 2016 omu to me wini that particular constituency. Na arehemu say anka ombe to me a retain seat no in 2020 but Fofi Antoata na iko free omunsem nti naturally no reverted to original owners because rationale e create and say NDC be control that particular constituency no
who you sue be the word gerrymandering me person will be kakrai ka say gerrymandering in terms of creation of even districts or constituencies as I say
gerrymandering no a political tool you use so say politics no and elections no started polling station through electoral areas as about constituency.
Okay.
Enti ofa constituency bia na woye nchichemu a utumi hu ba bia wa hoden ewo.
Okay.
Ena ba bia usinto wo. Enti upese u create another constituency and a new district out of it wohwe saa figures no na boundaries na ebe demarcate sa new constituency no ama wo na new district na ama no waka say okay Crowway no me peso omo beka ye ka omo bom na omo so enya omo gina abrane na omo gina ho konchenkon enti wo yes an hwehye no a say wo pese wo decentralize them more but intention is say there be abatwo baha aha na me crofo no edoso pa enti say wo hwe ba bia crofo no na omo ye 15 na ba bia wo opponent no crofo no eye say 10 a wonim say wo te 5 free ni die nim na wo te 5 free wo die nim a still wo 5 more advantage no aka 10 na bom na be ye new constituency your friend gerrymandering no the intention is say we benya some political advantage over opponent
at acquired to say ebia wako Accra Sports Stadium
good
ya wo ba bia has fortna
bebre has
for bebre tra ya enimre mu say half for the wotna but do dey ba ko bia has for do na net ka kwotna ho ene wo ba bia Olympics for tatna ene wo ba bia kotokofo etatna eti bibia ba yeso Accra Sports Stadium ye pese ye chem mienu
good
ndi ye chem mienu a obi abe ye chem mienu for bi ade bi nti se be ya enkonya on ya fe de phone betoto so eti ye chem mienu eti nipa kro na obechem mienu wo gina VIP hodom a obetimi achem mienu free pole to pole
good
open so a obechem mienu free center line to VIP eti wo gina mu a no wo hwe se mi gina VIP no mi hwe ni fa ho no se ya pole na chi no ho no has of folk for ho pa ba me ye kotokoni mi chemu kwese ya esa bibie ni a ombenya dodo eti mi nchemu from center line to VIP me chemu from pole to pole se de be ya has for no emu kakra be kwa ha emu kakra so akwa ha bibie ni ye ka bomu a has for kitua bi wa ha kakari bo say kotokofo so abebre na just etime sisi wo mo ye ni gerrymandering no okay
ana say fa say cake da ho na on ice na ayi bi na black na yidi sisi so who say the pa
me the cake da bi say da mpe
good ye omo wa yi black me say friend omo di sisi
soft
very very soft the pa na ye di sisi so na eno na wo pe uche cake ni mu mienu a ida say ubenya say 10 is so a ida say ubenya 5 wa no anya 5 wa ubetnya and it's okay esan say sa black na sisi cake ni so na me penity me nchemu mienu pepepe me use diameter no fenche metumi atwa rectangle
ai
me yi rectangle ayi na free mu ubenya funny half but na black na bedi me
obeja be 7
e wo me ho na 3 no wo the other
ye busa wa say de kwa sister
machim pepepe
ena wudi ope kra so a ope so wunchemu si ada say you opa de to say na watchemu ififini na o da say na ba we na kwa fa so
no machim pepepe so senti a me de yes a no eye because ade black na sisi so
na
na ye me feel
okay it is na mills time no mo yeye enti no ama asen off no some people for be win asen off a yes o ye adwuma din enya candidate a o mo pena sempa okay
na o mo be win so a o so mo maximize because sani ya chemu no ya nchemu said om kromfo nim om de wo mu de but so mo be win a na kire say bebia ye omode no also mutumi hit a certain percentage yes adia every time be kweti
okay
na wo hwe 20 dynamics na ntawantawa ba ye na we free ha na we free ha no enne ma
MPP
lose sa seat no eti going into the by elections no na constituency we need that na NDC so we need that no na ya amanfo so okay ebetumi ayi 50-50 say MPP hihye omo enema ye ombetumi agi seat in the back and NDC so eye na enema ye a ombetumi agi seat no back but say NDC e play fast je chikwesi na omo sign the call ye no eye a master stroke of a decision.
Okay, for NDC.
For the NDC. And na obesha time na amanfo eka say or another court case ebia by the time e be we court case no na bebia ebe kwa landing no na chese moto abama no a na abana yeto ye na ammanfa so no NDC fo mpanimfo bi ebe mu beka say e calculated risk na omatiki say ombe luzu ombe win you risk omatiki and I'm say risk na omuteki ya no risk among resource na omope no enti going forward them say the MPP also omukotena se na omoye homework very very well no mo hwe kwan ombe faso a ombetumi a maximize vote wo almost strongholds kakra na that whole constituency because we share say almost me pushy above even 65% na akoye diama NDC
almost strongholds no
almost strongholds no
a police station strongholds and I say constituency strongholds
strongholds a police station
okay
ufa baby to say kushia.
Oh, okay. Just a
police stations, electoral area, areas almost strong.
Yes.
Almost maximize. And maximize even break no krana. This time, Uncle Ye Ama or Monocran. So me maximize you know.
Oh, police stations now.
Police stations.
In fact, and now as a part of years or so,
a push you to a level.
Some me say me share me your coin ye share data no one. Almost 2 bani we na me call as a banny. Hono there be 4 police stations who na people win.
Yeah.
Na a school unti who say who switch that who 4 police stations. First police station e buy na MPP ni de no swat.
Yeah.
Na jati kwesi de no ekosoro. In fact, hono almost one NDC eni cross 100 da.
Yeah.
2029 99. Almost 100 won cross da. We buy na no nya I think say 126. Na msasim BC.
Yeah.
And of course second one. Na MPP ni na enya less than 200 or so. Na jati kwesi there no so no na one number 146 150. Just 2 police stations. Me 2 care from guys say MPP lose. Enye. Because e hono aba from wageni, haba from wageni. By the time me drew ye center on man na ye pick out in live no. Na mate other 2. I follow me who Gabi. Now Miss Gabi chief. I did what I've said is not looking good. And was yeah, or also come free bad who you know. And ye straight up between me in the community because say emfa. And powers no. It want to maximize vote or baby I was strong hold there. But you talk about comment now. A bit more start a make you say because you say I just say be a young fan no. Be a bit much say oh you may take a say Samra we krempo no ye de ye adwuma cha e bete de nipa bebre enti na e bia dru ba bi ye hwe mra ne ye etwe de ye sre ye fanje enye sa promo kan the fact say ya to abama no de munyai no we popular what can they say
em say first and foremost o se yeti ase say ye wo politics
o chama patria no wa friend lawyer mama why
e na ye wo emra no any politics no enso dem politics there say ugina benkum na me gina nimfa because basically no baby yesi odwampe no ode ne fufu
ebo
na issue no eye issue a efa emra ho a na se politician ho ebe mu pe ye pe kwan bi so ya pe kwan bi so e de the friend is saying politics no abirem because politics no it deals with the emotions of people.
Okay.
Enti obehwa from 1993 bar into the Fourth Republic till now. Every issue biya involve politician biya no. Among for try say omo be shape up the sentiment of omo support base no. Na omo edi achire yehu your friend is saying a free chachu movement those days other movements tables ne turning yeah almost ya Asamoah Boateng mo ne and so yehu enti a part of tactics our politicians no are adopted because emra no uko camera e wo court no temuafo no ahwe umra waka no do atoto emra no ahwe se ne waka no se eto asuma ne awope no ode amount but omunim se eto de bia e ya na ending because uko camera no obi kan ye enye easy say obe camera no na why 100% sure say ebeko in your favor enti omuta use political antics no to intimidate the judiciary.
Yes.
Enti many akoso no nyina me say part of the intimidatory tactics.
Okay.
But like former justice of the Supreme Court Emma Yeti Asiano say Atuguba the state is bigger and stronger than any individual.
Clip I make one man say me see nya na Najiba Fowa we senior partner Sakodie Bafowa and partners. I mean say me nya na man so na ye gudi enkomo. Cousin, good morning.
Good morning, me. I'm passionate to say.
Me adom boko wo voice di anope ya fa fem me kakra me fa nya adwuma.
Ya me be mu anya bi.
Amen. Na anope ti say.
Ya me gusu hu remobo. So me say Bible says I'm friend free ramawa. We hu hwe nyi. Ti adom na na yededam.
Pa ya dase. Council we de anope ye di nkomo kakra na yakwa asen do fa ba wura Judicial na sem no na first na civil na ye wie no se no criminal proceedings so koso wo court a empanifo no bi astarte kasa the pressure to aban say na mo say Judicial ye kwa by election e was in love na wono asa wini ye de che say ne manfo no edo no na do mo do no ni nti no sa de a ene proceed court trial na ye koso no o mampanyi enka cha attorney general na one time to only prosecute na wontwem fact nipa bi ti say do man hene ya we high court judge abeka bi in fact we use words bi anesem ano wo shikakra na former attorney general enso aba beka ho asem say chenchina yenyan no question ebusa de say fair comment na anase bunkum
me pacho anopedie da wase so makwenya sabin kasa wo fidie so wo program yi so se many so na me chawe tiefo general na edikan se ushega na constitution na metwi nyina ya dwene akosi article 17 clause 1 eso or say all persons shall be equal before the law. Ghana menyina no ewomreni yini pakro. Enfahu ne wotenti a woye. Enfahu ne utieti a woye. Ena sabi enfahu ne baby e free ene party a wodom. Yenyina yini pa baako ewomreni. Enti sabi ekobase obi emrano efo se obi ayi bibi ewotwa se oni ne die na ye kase ono de yenyai eni kwanse mrani ni dia na se ye kasa no kra no etia constitution no article 17 clause 1 bi se na eka eya ye me se yen kase nipa bidie ono de oye bone a yenya no manenko na afoforo bidie yenya ye mrani no omuni eya ni ye refi se eya ni refi se bone ewo mrani enti media na tesa asem na me feel se encheye na ya na mete saa asɛm adeɛ baako pɛ na mebisa me ho me sɛ na Adamu Sakande sɛbi ɔno deɛ yɛde ne kɔgyina akɔɔto sɛ wato saa mmara no na yɛ mmara ne nni no ne nua ɔno deɛ sɛbi na ɔnyɛ obi ba sɛbi na ɔmfiri abusua mu sɛbi na ɔnnɔ mpaate bi sɛbi ɔno nso na nyɛ nipa bi na ato aba yi de na akɔgyina parliament na time a mmara ne ne die no na nipa a na ɛnɛ ɔmo ka bi ma gyakye kwesi no na ɔmo wɔ hefa ɔmo nyinaa saa berɛ na ɔmo wɔ hefa meka Adamu Sakande asɛm a nua na mmerɛ aho fi sɛ ɛne sɛ yɛyii ne firi prison no na mekɔ London na mene na full plane na ɛm sɛ na ne ho mfa no nti no wɔtena plane no mu no sɛ plane deɛ tɔda bi atena ma woyi shoes no ne adeɛ nti akakra ma plane abɛduru ɔkɔyi su washroom ɛna ɔbaeɛ na ɔka kyerɛ me so ɔsrɛ me ne ho mfa no nti ɔntumi ɛmmɔ ne mu ɛnkyɛkyerɛ ne lazy no nti ɔsrɛ me menkyɛkyerɛ ne lazy no ma no
flight no so
flight no so nti Adamu Sakande ɔkɔɔ prison baeɛ no yare a ɔyareɛ no mena menim no memmɛn no but ɛsiane plane a mene ne tena mu a na ɔntumi nkɔtɔ nkyikyiri ne lazy no ɛma menya ne yareɛ no ho experience na ɔntumi nkɔtɔ ɔka kyerɛ m so ɔntumi nkɔtɔ no wakyekyiri ne lazy ɔyare paa ɛna mekɔtɔɔyɛ ɛna mekyikyiri ne lazy no maa no ansa na ɔsi fam afiri plane no so yɛduruyɛ no na ɔno deɛ wɔyi abusua so ɔho yɛanhwɛ yɛ a na yɛtwa sa bi ato hɔ ɛsɛ nipakuo bi deɛ yɛntriti ɔmo special na nipakuo bi deɛ mmara no ɛne ɔmo nni na wahyɛ hu a ɛtɔ da bi a yɛnnuanom NDC foɔ yɛ a na ɔmo ne yɛ te saa abere biara no ɔmo deɛ ɔmo fo sɛ ɔmo deɛ ɔmo hia protection bi but nipakuo bi a aka bi deɛ ɔmo deɛ mmara no ne ɔmo nni yɛ saa ɛnkyɛ yie na deɛ ama kasa no ɛnkyɛ yie ne sɛ sɛbisɛbio te sɛ deɛ makyerɛ yi constitution ne sɛ nipa nyinaa yɛntwiti ɔmo baako na adeɛ te sɛ deɛ masa aka ne sɛ ɛnyɛ sɛ this is the first time ebi asi pɛn na nipa a ɛkasa ne ne nyinaa sɛ yɛmfa nkyɛ gyase question no saa berɛ no ɔmo wɔ hɔ nanso yɛante ɔma no ne kasa me Nanadɔm Ahene oyɛ obi a makɔ ne court several times ɔpɛ m'asɛm paa nti meka n'asɛm a yɛana sɛde mehyɛ ne yie na mmom deɛ mɛka ne sɛ na nka nana ahyɛ ne yie a bi anka wanka ne saa so ate aseɛ oyɛ obi ɔpɛ m'asɛm paa mekɔ ne court esi ɔbɛfrɛ me o nana baafo awua ɛte sɛ ɛbɛbɔ nkɔmmɔ ɔpɛ m'asɛm paa but ɛm sɛ adeɛ wei deɛ mesrɛ ne sɔ ne nam na maka sɛ ɛm sɛ na nka ɛwɔ sɛ nana to ne bo kakra te sɛ baabi ogyina very special place one ɔyɛ judge a sɛbi onim mmara a onim mmara a maka ho asɛm sɛsiɛ ɛtɔ so mmienu sɛbi ɔyɛ ɔhenempɔn a wɔte akonnwa kɛseɛ so nti nsɛm bi sɛ no koraa no sɛ wopɛ sɛ yɛnya ho biribi a sɛbi ɛnya ado ɛnyɛ badwam ana nkeɛ dɛn yɛka no mesrɛ no na meka ɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa wotie ne kasa no nso a ɔse attorney general boro de hyeɛ mmea me de hyeɛ which means that attorney general ne yɛ ne de hyeɛ enti kɔbɛtumi koraa ne naka asɛm wei wɔ akyire so ate aseɛ but sɛ wogyina badwam aka saa asɛm wei deɛ sɛbi yɛ na akɔyɛ sɛ asɛ woyɛ ayɔpamu kakra asɛ wosɛm kakra fi sɛ obi akɔ mu pepɛn yɛantew ne so ɛna obi so kɔ mu baabi a yɛtew ne na media wotie Nanadɔm Ahene ɔse ne manfoɔ ato abaa yi no enti ɔsrɛ sɛ nka yɛnyae sɛbio adeɛ baako aka na ha yɛ nyinaa yɛ complaining ne sɛ nipa hyɛ political parties akyi na ɔmo di bɔne enti sɛ mmeri kɔ di bɔne na ɛtan sɛ bi a MPP fo ato aba yi ne nti o se ma yɛ nkyima so deɛ a then political party eba bɛyɛ ɛkwan a nkɔfo bɛkɔ akɔhyehyɛ political parties akyi na ɔmo ayɛ deɛ ɔmo bɛyɛ na mmara no ɛne ɔmo nni enti ɛwɔ akɔnnuasa so ohwe kasa no a ɛwɔ mu sɛ bi na yɛ adesrɛdeɛ na no wɔde kɔ deɛ na mmom ohwɛ na akɔnnuasa so a na kyɛ sɛ saa adesrɛdeɛ no na nka megidi sɛ na namfa anto dwa na nka ɛyɛ
kaisa bacho gyina hɔ kakra mi o sɛ wobɛtie ne yie paa oduru baabi no wɔka sɛ ka wɔno no wɔ Supreme Court hɔ no bia ɛka ɔbɛto akɔ left which means ɛnyɛ trial ongoing trial po ho asɛ sɛ wɔwɔ campo he's now even contesting the decision of the Supreme Court challenging it publicly as a high court judge adabacho meboa
me patro wadaroma say ye lawyer for any judges sitting judge what ya kunya so there ya na o yes such commenter itwase wo hweye senka wo tro in an article criticizing the decision no ma reasons are the patro enka enonko but u jira dwam na ka se nka me de meto akɔ left na enchei na kwete se de sebia Supreme Court no de omo ye na sa abato no mo to keke sebi agene pobia antechiri na mo Supreme Court decisions na ya na agene potechiri omo wodi nti a omo hwe embra no omo take sa decision he o seba constitutional interpretation media ebi a wan kasa wo wagiri o se judges no obi wa woni ni dim komo on a matter me nkaja chikwe in no on a different matter utimi se owo eka ono nko a nanka ade no de mum no se o apply the canons of interpretation ade a yegira so de kyerɛ mramu a ubehu se enye de wo pɛ no sa na nka ese den eko de mum se ne embra ne kɔ enti Supreme Court one a discretionary power no more exercise wo ho they said dem se me pɛ dia enyi ni odi omo pɛ no mo ye wo ho eyemra a ye de agu akwan mu so ati ase o interpret constitution na constitution omo tworoye no omo obotaye nti a omo de tworoye enti se wo ye entietirimu a o so tietirimu se ne be ya botaye a ye de tworo mra no eno na beba bede beba beda ho enye de wo pe ana se de de
enye de wo kondo
enye de wo kondo
e wunsusu
so ti ase dabi nye sa na tie se sa pa de tie a go no a lot of the decisions ayanya wo kuruma wo to abeka se enkofu fom so be no ma ye ne sa no enye fom so ye de wo pe no constitution no ewo ehu amamre ni amane a ye hwe so ne ye de tirikyiri mu so ati ase wo hwe to for an attorney general to for Mrs. Attorney General kisa ye na ye president na adodanko Akufo-Addo ona na ye lawyer for Dr. Amoakoto for sabre no na friend saying embrano na say ushimwa na ye dia Justice Apalu in his appointment as Chief Justice nomini ade omudiko jina Supreme Court sabre no so ati ase na omo Supreme Court was look u chire mu a e wo se u chire mu se ne beja the spirit and the letter to say entiase be ye adwuma the spirit no ne say spirit no u hwemu a uhu o ti ase e ye honhom o ti ase but letter no de uhu spirit no de spirit no ne adekora ye mbra ne se eme achieve so ti ase enti eno no okapo mu a utumi se ade baby ade ejina nie so ati ase enti mesrew se enye de wo pe enya se de wo kondo ne mumro se bi entiase a amamre ne amane e wo constitution no ho no ese obeti odi kirikiri mu ese wo unya no eno ne de ye adwuma itinan kese na to the book akra fi se sabi nana onye odanso because oye charge we dey yakasa oye charge ya just ntutu enuti ye lawyer for your court say my lord but one ye kind of my lord onyankopɔ tiri abɔ a wote soro we friend my lord na asase so yakasa oye my lord that is we see nyankopɔ anemu
pepe
so ati ase ti baby a wote no eye baby a sabi danso ne dimo na sabi woti akonya kese so eti eto baby a no matter how sabi asem no da wakoma so no em se won kem no to de bia no ahwe yi kakra to atia se enti ye baby a kodo e na wo de etoko de bi nyesa na ye ni Supreme Court ne mum amamre ni amane
council flowing from that no NDC for so aka parliament amomodi aye adwuma se se die da Judiciary be court bia no NDC for ebe boycott parliamentary proceedings omama nansi ho omodi aye adwuma afa kwa de we put the afterthought omo say afa die NDC minority leader ato force so anda boko parliament court bia no ono so no ombedi na chi me ye sure say omo de you can think ura college that there so be ka ho na hefa na ye kwe council
say very unfortunate but unim di amana basa sabi aba ye koto parliamentary aba sabi ye ma ye kunya hang parliament no eno na amana basa
hang parliament
no say rather than say Ghana for tumia omode ma wo mo se omo hye se ombetumi aboa amasabi amemmo edi mpuntuo enyuma akoso no omo yusu for omo selfish and personal interest to say no omo de say tumi ne blackmail yen se de be ya Ghana mra a ewo se sabi ye de ye adwuma na peyo eba no se say no omo pese de ba he one key principle of our constitution and it said there should be the rule of law. We say rule of law now. A war said the Ububu Ubenya and Yama Miensa. And only a movie you know, and they say one, supremacy of the law or the supremacy of the constitution. And two, a friend is saying, say, Ude Nipa Yirano, Yirano, and Rano, and Bufu say, Yakoro. So, the Ushese, your Omuyi, let us say, Embrano na Omumpese, Yedebe Jumo, and Ameboa.
Pepe Castle.
The Boyam Rano Mumpese, Yedebe Juma.
And Marombase de Bejuma,
exactly. But the Tosum you know, and yet your more can say Omudia, and Rano Prayer Juma, Omudia, you treat to a more special, Meboa. Intino, Sabi, could you maybe a bonnet? You didn't go to court. It's a Kodu no parliamentarian. But Judiciary ne Sabira to force a parliamentarians in Trust and running and Muni. And yes, I know more party.
Pepe.
It is say no, not a hina ye kekako. Na ye kekako Sabi, Banana Republic, Ukura, and Ranya Jumao. The patro Sani a penny.
Be that there be a penisa.
Sani a penny. Na Mr. Amemu Bumaya. Why the setting good example na yin nyina di so
say dem penny for because me say ya call asin northin na kushia kro kushia omo de billboards bi abobo ho no say the cleanest town in Ghana na ya call ye no ehu se enkofu bi penny for bi ma dress kama ekuta praye ne mob ne ade model pra krom ho no mo na ekodi di nkomo no se ehima ene je se emam penifo mu kuta positions e wo kuhia kuro no omo se do day bia no so yesi ho na wo mu ma si abonten e pra monten ho wuti se krom ho hima e pra adonten hima e pra we hima e pra wo ne hwan ya buatma woni position bia e na se kopra bga sa wompra etika parliament se na woke esi so pepepe mo na ska budi mra no so e man na edi akire kesu efulu ba fa mo se mo di mra no so de se ne I boy ye kakra
exactly Julia exactly because they are nyesa somo ani mra so mo ni mra so a sabi o afia bodu aba na me de emfa me ngotum ana se ya mensa ana se awudu moru ba no de emfa no ngotum enye sa afi so ndo nye parliamentarian ana sabi uni dibre ana sabi uni dibre o political party bi mu so te ase em say a good example na ya ye sanda ho wa hwe hu a abre bia sabi NDC for baby di NDC ni bi baby bia sabi emra pese ni die no na oma bodompem na de omo ya no na fe oma fa kwa bi so na oma koboabo nipa no oma start attack judges eno de it's a constant omba attack judges who ma san di judges atem e de omo twifo ma so power omo eno koda wi na fe omu ye a friend saying to cancel to say subaya e wo mu ano no media yam fasa anti chirikuru and now no she France omo former president she the ekoso onu kraye ni di French president omu ni di wo ho
so Trump suji na court
she Trump suji na court na sabiu o she CNN na no akwoto wakase aburuchi de mraye adwuma na wani age se aburuchi de mraye adwuma na Ghana de also mabra mraye adwuma pacho na se maza uyukuru baba
former World Bank president the first say wo fu bizana wo fensin aha some we French national so no so and them at the course until one man French prime minister said there no
yes so what I say ye de eduru ye nko aye so a obi se enam se oye parliamentarian na so politician ti edi kwan se mbra ni die
ye fa last time na me ye team for no mo MPP for ye internal preparations se omo ye first say internal elections ama se say die o ma nipa 10 na ayo muti so mo pese mo tu franka ma MPP Oma converting ewie ya wada no mu wieye na onobo ade ni mo ne last person converting no nyame adoma adwada omo the resource be babontin campaign koso obi e bonto obi e kanensem obi o strategy of asocia delegates ni omudi nkomo. What is your fair assessment of nipa be mienu ana mense bi so betimi assess of strength? I don't know says opesa approach na.
Okay, when you say me a delegate for Malaysia South, you police station chairman or a Christ Apostolic Church or Malaysia South.
That is news to me.
Yeah, be a police station delegate, executive.
Oh, Malaysia South.
Yeah, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe.
Okay.
Yeah, me a penny. I am a client. The police station. They say me a woman be terms of intimate di terms na said me be board brown kind. Inti me a police executive. Inti and I know Dr. Baumia by and na me ho. Na di mi ye. Say in recent times me the many act of and you make a crediasem. Na kaneni ya kase fear delegate na. And say ya na delegates no yente o mase. MPP delegates no the man who say a relationship as no minya ayonkofa and nkita hudie. Se uno munni sa ayonkofa anankita hudie na eno na ya na omo sokeu because wono wagene ya osesebi ebia udi sikama wo mo a ena omo beto ama enti time a udi sikana be mo na omo beje sesebi masa one chi for asempa kodo obi ani uchi enti udi ma wo mo a omo beje but essence unu omo ni relationship ni ntino wo. And I want this to be emphasized because troubles will be aqua people na wa twist no. Se essence omu inkita hudie ni ayonko pa ayonko papa bi entino afidie ukwa na oman tuama was a fear delegates there be omi very discerning na the emi who ne say we share the year 2007 for instance we share sebi contest a course between Yaman Penina na Adodankwa Kufuado and ye Nia Penin Yawofa Dr. Mr. Alan Shematia. The ultimate say adia a separate omunu was because Nanado over a period of time had built a relationship with the delegates. So I say he had a very good relationship with the delegates, and now said people that had influence over the delegates over a period of time. It not a Nanado, even though na Alan machine na Edinechino, not the establishment. No, he was known to be the establishment's candidate. He had the support of the establishment. He had the machinery behind him, and so he was the strongest among all the other contestants, apart from Nanado Dankwa Kufuado. Now, Nanado won because of the relationship he had. That's what I say. Alan became, in my humble opinion, a force to reckon with because of the establishment behind him.
Okay.
The question is, say, going forward, has Alan been able to maintain or build relationship or sustain whatever he had? Because one say, don't forget, say, what was behind him or perceived to be behind him in Ihubiu. So I say, it said, and sir to me no an eternity in Ihubiu. So, now say the can say, the one casa will build relationships now they are go forward going into future elections. Now, Osha, ever since I to me no a free one in Ihubiu no Osha in subsequent elections Alan has been struggling. So I said, he struggled in the primaries, answer the year 2012 elections.
2010 was struggle 2010.
Was struggle 2010. And was a struggle here before 2016.
So, was struggle because we are less than 5%.
Exactly.
14. Yeah.
Contester on another call 2007. So contest on another call 2007. So Nanado no need the backing of the establishment, but he could still make a lot of impact in the election. In fact, he came first, almost won. So I say, except say we're near 50% plus one. No. So I say, Eluti, Nasabre Nanado no. Besides, say, Nanado utmiya against it. It was relationship. Now, say, shit. Trend na akoso na the fortunes dwindle na. No bisa who say in the coming elections what is going to happen to Alan. So he can only win if between 2014 and now no we to build enough relationship and that's a build sufficient relationship with people with influence over the delegates where yes are there emye obebre.
But our question it should be thrown back at you because we police station chairman and to say if seeing this with building relationship you should be one of the people she should have built those relationships with what at the say who constituency was saying what building relationship with police station executives police station chairman idea now who is that
me who she me there's no connection between me and say
I see.
Because that relationship between them on build there.
So, now,
me pacho, me nkase me say, me dear, nenano so Dr. Baumia ba hono, me connection no between the pair and the Dr. Baumia. So, say no, Dr. Baumia is now perceived to have the backing of the establishment. Oshe MP said through a movie behind him, but in Chahokeke. I said, Dr. Baumia now also at me up building relationships no be by himself. Because I said, with me or no personally up building relationship maybe. na utie ne kasa no so a em say election aye be koi. This is the first time since 2001 MPP awa ben between 2016 and 2024. Since our president Kufu free sworn, after the MPP I aba ben. Going into election 2024 no. Media young fat president Kufu record na echo. Ye the doctor ye the Nana to Dankwa Ekufuado. Any Dr. Baumia record na ye the echo. The part what you say. And you omumi no record and na ye de echo. Now, what some of the candidates are, to a certain extent, they want to move away from Nanado's record. Record now, ye day corner, or both person move away from it.
But
me person saying,
why then Abba?
Or more vision. But what ye Dr. Baumia, or say Abano Mekaho? The other culture will say 2024, you need to be canon. Obwa and near my walk in ye now born near my 100 a Google. The delegates baby son say na nipa ye do mo kwa bay. E mu fine the bit to me defended the record of the party edim kunindi abo. But oh the delegates no be no. O si aba ye kono. Because delegates no omuko yi nipa obetumi ame awe ni elections. Enna Dr. Baumia kai omu se aba ye kotoi. Nana ado danko Ekufuado ennem Dr. Baumia ya ban ho record na ye de ko. Sa ban no record no me de the feel se metumi e defend ya kire Ghana for. Entimi ma menko na utie kasa na e kasa bia obeka kire Ghana for begina tum. It will be sound say among all the candidates, why need to me defend their byway record? So I say, is it the one or no so say, and you may be a byway enter into Jania free home, and I say Nipana Sabi or your number 2 in the government. Sabi your boy by any and it bata home. Or no say me, some moment the choir, me to me defended the record of that bino. I say walk court now walk lawyer. What call lawyer ho? Lawyer ba akwa akwa no ho. Oka ono kasa pe o se ye wa se mi de deal. Ye wa se mi de deal. Ye okay. Ye sha de. No about lawyer foforo. Upa na ya listen. Asem no metie mi. Ye de fa hasia eyi. Demo ye de fa hasia be so say e betumi anyam kunimdie. The patro sa lawyer fo ni mi no ho na be fa no.
Otisi ala no kasa sisi ano a. No se kunde betimi aba no.
Sana me patro. Sana si Dr. Baumia o kasa. O se me mama me kwanya. Metumi defended the government's record. Am Ghana fo agi atuma to aba amamo. They all can know wutie na. So what I say. Now, enti emeki Dr. Baumia a serious force to reckon with in the 2024 elections. Because MPP4 pe ubia Sebi Yado, Ubituye defend the binary record, Amankuni Diaba. And also the worker said delegation. So I say, now, share in the Japona, the Ama on so who are you who and say, or not the old relationship power with the delegates. So I say, or also relationship with the delegates over the years, he's seen say Okasama Womo. So I say Ujinema Womo or your mother Yenomia there. Oh, it analysis kakra mayi. A chira will say going into election 2024, yeah, only delegates no ayonkufa key to the success of the party. And the answer so the obey ye obetumi ejina who defended the record of the party. And when the Mumba Dr. Mahmoud Baumia or dance elections are you.
Aso, me da say.
But to say mudaho.
Oh, me who political science lecture room biada, but me I didn't know say we are that politically service. Hey, we analysis who.
was politics really sabi ubiso bia menene ko university bese kwa abroche ko school obi ani say politics ye papa ye duane no what I say na sabi MPP politics ya chepa from yan kwalabring inti ye hweniema ani ye teniema inti de metie na sabi wadaroma wo pusumi amedia to fuma no pay
see there what time obusama with that babontin so the tifo so ni aso nyame adma next week no enko e be sa to aso for the meantime me da ase then nyame adma next week
for me da ase akonya de amame nyame sha
usa for lawyer Nana Eje Bafo we senior partner sakwa de Bafo and partners and no pay ni edi enkomo no Cliff back to the studio my men now will be ase mo amunya abotre etwe ye na mo me feedback wo wontumi radio 95.9 na mo se afedi aba edisi edem abedom be 30 minutes ago eti e mo fa nche say no pa be first 20 minutes no na we not on air mo fa nche Cliff
I'm say lawyer kan ni nyina na question issue no any decision minority na take no e purely political nia o say ye memfo no ye ne say o say ye di sunsun ni ahoden eta judiciary nachi ko semra beye adwumo semra nya adwumo se judiciary no eye ne pronouncement ewo mremu a se wo ye hwan se wo nya hwan the coercive power of the state must take effect
exactly
what you are saying one part of another arm of government and I take decisions ye no ye nye yajuma because ye perceive say one of us
being persecuted
from
when using prosecution
no persecuted which is right because which is fair Donald Trump I follow near course no there are people on more Republican party the more feel say he's being persecuted normally no the language of the politician se politician bibi na emra no boabra na emra ni bidi a esan se politics no emotive nti omo choice of words omo very very particular about omo choice of
words very cunning na anye sa ke ba say mahama yarega ya wo adamu sakande na wo kwose wo bi achi wo cattle breeder kwose na chi emma wo de ne court emma ye jeli no emma wo by election wo mahama yarega o contest na win and the parliament and there were no such question it is a
no problem problem be no the question I so bisa ho say adentina omo ayekoto about 275 137 on the minority side no adentina nye mahama yarega na court
na ye that question kwa ono bon kasa parliament da
what you say adentina nye Haruna Idris
anamuntaka
what you say enti me no ne omo ye no is within their constitutional right say wo be ka say wo de ukota udua bia ne ho abo akwa mu achi ewo court for as long as say omo court ho a omo nkoye basabasa ense niama wo ho no de
democratic right okay fine
the judiciary no must be firm onhwe ense onwe nsani of course omo sani ani no de ensem eto se nipa ni difo a odifo ewo mrem se odibima odibim na judiciary no atake ni decision ni om ekoso ni nyina no enye mra omu ni mra no but politics na na politics na to give your chitafo no a sense of say a sense of belief say there be aban no etu na ni ese so na wo sisi other than that
mamunyi omuni
2013 yengina yehwe Supreme Court in terms of the election petition 2021 yengina yesan ehwe the same Supreme Court na hold this petition no e be a difference obeka say omo tena 2013 so no dia no so no
na dodo na ni bi so
nya dodo okra e bi na eni so but dodo na na omo 2021 election.
Okay.
Supreme Court man judgment say omo way issues no omo decision enu no we ye bema one e bema okrumo ka say menti ase
I want to say utirim
what you say what you say she utirim enti nyomo ye no yes of course once it's politics ye nyina yeti mamufo no yes you betumi aka ahwe the right or the wrong of omo decision so no question aminya obi mane address ye ne say kwan ben so na omo absence for parliament no impede parliamentary duties and parliamentary work because me you sure say majority ne side no cry for me quorum for business to go on except say you are building something over the years. We believe in consensus at parliament more than using the straight majority minority approach. But in the absence of consensus, there is a reason why Emrano Shishe say we must have a majority and we must have a minority.
In terms of impeding the work of parliament, I think say either Enra and I say Yawadano.
Okay.
Now questions be
okay.
Stood in the name of NDC MPs.
Yes.
Yeah, I was see Bisa.
Okay.
Emma ministers.
Yes.
And the answers Eba.
Okay.
But no money ho.
Yes.
It questions me to Bisa.
Okay. So questions no. I want to be Bisa. Nipa no Bisa a question no. When Bisa the question in his capacity as say we MP for Gomua West and now Gomua East. Wo Bisa a question is say Gomua West for na asoma no enti question na wo bisa no wo bisa ma Gomua West for enti se wa bisa question na wamba na enu nti yen yi anu no na che se wo no wo bo Gomua West for
exactly because the attorney say Cliff say obi truck obi edi ebusa question na ye throw other paper no say Cliff ekufu bebusa question ene se bibi nti na aban na parliament asoma wo Geneva nti wuni ho wo kwa obeka che Michael Freeye
okay
say Michael Freeye na bebusa question no in your stead ba we wo wa ma parliament wo so wan demand ga wan otumaka che bibi ni so go busa sa question ba wada
bisiro
oh it question no ya capture your hands and me say the question was not
answered good no problem enti we questions ni free wa so aban epese o raise sika bi na ye di tua workers aka eka ebe hia say ye benya has ni nyina ana with the majority forming a quorum no speaker seated in his chair no business can go on because there are certain provisions you need about 2/3 majority to take in that case but where it requires a simple majority and the rules they say even before parliamentary business kicks off no there must be a quorum and a quorum 1/3 of the 275 the majority no side no have more than what constitutes a quorum for business
good edami hu ba ku bi so na yes no mum form quorum na members no MPP members na isha
good
but quorum no omum form ya and kick off on its own somebody must kick
that's the whip system
that was so be and our parliament no pejane
say you form quorum
say you form quorum
okay
speaker nanga say ntimi say mum form quorum
okay
it say MPP for 9 and yet hold mo a ye pese ye government business ye nim say you form quorum yeah 9 pe but ye raise
that is it business will go on.
But you don't know will we be fair to your system no ana it means omo parliament that we know
you see if you say we are fair in your attempt to ensure fairness the whole system suffers
exactly anyway
you understand the whole system suffers because nipa wa petuada o ya wa bi se wunyane no a ubetumi anyane no 24 hours
wunyane
because wa petu no ada but say a person nipa na da wo pere na wo be sorry what you say enti we need to look at this yes a good say you be talking the minority out of omu decision. But it's a decision they have taken. It's a political decision.
Oh, me papa be Dr. Amwa, no good morning. Was say me am worry. Nah, some time ago MPP 4 years no money parliament.
That is the whole thing.
Parliamentary business went on.
What you say? It's for me, no. For as long as omu decision, which is political anyway.
Yeah.
Because what the omu narrative ni na obi am pointing issue of law. And even if there is an issue of law, there be a assembly one only determine issues of law. No matter your understanding of what the law is, lawyer Becca say no matter his understanding of what the law is, what Becca no ha any bibia
there be just for public
education and whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, no, a person make a fact of law. Ni agitum say ampa assembly waka no a fact of law and a statement of law. Your baby a can
court
a law court.
Yeah.
What you say? And I see the whole minority, as a political, which is in their right. They can decide to play the politics. People can run. We can run our commentary and everything for as long as it does not impede the work of Parliament. And that once the other side constitutes a majority and they can go ahead with parliamentary business, I think we should allow them that space. The court must be firm and not to be intimidated. Because for you to become a judge, I don't think any timorous soul can be on the bench. Be firm. Finally, when the decision is taken, everybody will come to reason and say, yes, we did what we could do best with our political strategies. But when it came to law, the law triumphed over our political strategy.
Yeah.
Everything will come back to normal. And this is not the first time. Last time, we bet political persecution. It is going to be with us for a very long time to come. America, over 200 years of democratic practice. A former president is standing trial, and you hear the issue of persecution even in America. What you are saying, me, I'm not so much bothered about what the minority have decided to do.
All right.
Because invariably what they are telling us, and they say, for as long as we are an MP on their side, you know, who committee made the crony at the quarter, a new coin says we are part of them, no, a new coin say court because you are part of the minority.
And they invoke the usage of the word persecution. All right.
That shouldn't bother us.
Yeah.
We should allow them. After all, after the 2020 election declaration, we saw MPs march in their numbers to the Electoral Commission office.
No matter someone said.
They moved in there. We allowed them that space.
But
finally, no been a show bio. A chile on one kasa. And when the panel back at and say, no moon say, Omuni any evidence.
I said,
lose elections. And your mom space. After it is part of our democratic journey.
Yeah.
You grow. A time will come. A be old fashioned. What is our strategy bar?
Yeah.
What you say? Eti omo mase wo ho a nyomo no mwa. In spite of all that no, your lawyers say twitwaje jachi kwesing. Lawyers no e yo omadwuma e wo court.
Oh, say oma enya segeto. Obi say if was it please if the lawmakers don't want to abide by their own laws, how do they expect us to obey the laws? Obi the about say Ghana will soon become lawless. A lawless country if it continues like this. Obi say Gordon, don't worry yourself. Jachi Kwesi will certainly go into prison. So don't worry yourself at all. Obi say if I was the NPP strategist, I would always take to Parliament critical decisions whenever Jachi Kwesi is supposed to go to court. Okay, the other person was trying to say, NPP niya, ekeda, and some be who here pa no, say bill be almost a very contentious bill. No more Parliament. Dana, one be one be boycott to Parliament. Na NPP for also at the FM. We be saying, God, don't worry, the fewer the merrier. obi so de de aba me say de ba cho de ma fa ma wontem hwe say aye ready aka betimi apply ma na ka ekwe the next topic ne no wo de be 5 minutes na betie fi wi ana ya tezi MPP elections no UNDP for UNDP penimu ankasa wo ye yes wo ye regional director also and na wa be kana bonten say afedi credit ratings the say Fitch and abacho and aba nti yenti kakra.
Including the Republic of Ghana. In its latest report on lowering the cost of borrowing in Africa, the UNDP says the continued downgrade of Ghana's economy is based on less subjective assessments and is costing the state and other African countries some $74 billion. With this amount of money saved, it is more likely that Ghana may not have signed up for a $3 billion bailout from the IMF. Foreign Affairs correspondent Blessed Soga has an exclusive interview with Ahuna Eziakonwa, the regional director of the UNDP, which shed more light on the report. He joins us with more. Blessed, which rating agencies have been cited and why is the UNDP accusing them of bias?
Aisha, it's a good time to be talking to you as we look forward to that interview with the regional head of the United Nations Development Program later tonight on Foreign Affairs. The interaction centered on the annual meetings of the Afro-Exim Bank, which is focused on the theme of building prosperity for the continent or for Africans. Now, a key concern has been the emerging debt crisis that many continents, many countries on the African continent are presented with. Of course, the UNDP is one of the key development partners for countries such as Ghana and other developing nations around the world. So I sought to get the perspective of the UNDP on attaining the US SDGs, which part of the target focuses on not leaving anyone behind by 2030 as far as the Sustainable Development Goals is concerned. And given this eminent debt crisis that is facing most of the African nations, there are fears that we may not be able to meet these targets. Now, when I put that to the UNDP, a key concern that came up has got to do with financing for these developing nations. And it's instructive to note that the UNDP has carried out a research which is pointing out that there seems to be bias on the part of three key top rating agencies, Standard & Poor's, Fitch, and they talk about one other in the report, which they say that cumulatively, if you put together the way they go about their reporting, they shut the Ghanaian economy out of the international financial markets. And these matters appear to affect investments within our economy. For instance, they point to what they describe as pro-cyclicality of some issues or matters that are.
The United Nations Development Program is raising red flags over what they describe as bias on the part of three of the world's biggest credit rating agencies against some African countries, including the Republic of Ghana. In its latest report on lower credit rating,
I suspect there's a radio no ama enti ye besa abo abra Cliff edi komo Cliff dey with me 18 TV so enti no wodi ye started ye ya me go back to radio na ya bo ama abusafo ati me dem fa nche de na ye nya de say join news for the year interview na omoni UNDP penimu oba oda no e de kasai ana UNDP mama na e kasai omo so aye hwehwemu ye empirical tese o metimi a kire wase say credit ratings no enem omo so de ba bonte no omo anya fair to Africa ya Ghana ka ho na senka omo kwa hwehwemu no se komo ratings na ke eye papa na nye bias against Africa e ka Ghana e ke yanko IMF na omo de sika to so no eye over $74.5 billion and na sa credit ratings si aye ama Africa aboka Ghana IMF na ye ko no eye $3 billion penti de ye ko omo se senka enye credit ratings no komo e downgrade unfairly enka yenko IMF Cliff yenko minya misenya mebo misasa tutu de akamesa abobak mission fa chane
say mete sa issue we near ba madwini man say say sometimes some of your leaders no are ahead of our contemporaries.
Yes,
clearly. And what came to mind is Akufo-Addo reliving Kwame Nkrumah. Because it looks as if, with the benefit of hindsight, Kwame Nkrumah was way ahead of his contemporaries.
Yeah,
he understood the global economic system and how it has been structured to work against other continents, with Africa as a key target in that scheme. And so where really Nkrumah, a lot of his books are.
My main say many say yeah, but mama feedback and say ebe bad as Emma na mama feedback and the membership. You could see Joint News report me.
Republic of Ghana, in its latest report on lowering the cost of borrowing in Africa, the UNDP says the continued downgrade of Ghana's economy is based on less subjective assessments and is costing the state and other African countries some $74 billion. With this amount of money saved, it is more likely that Ghana may not have signed up for a $3 billion bailout from the IMF. Foreign Affairs correspondent Blessed Soga has an exclusive interview with Asare-Bediako, the regional director of the UNDP, which shed more light. Ghana may not have signed up for a $3 billion bailout from the IMF. Foreign Affairs correspondent Blessed Soga has an exclusive interview with Asare-Bediako, the regional director of the UNDP, which shed more light on the report. He joins us with more. Blessed, which rating agencies have been cited and why is the UNDP accusing them of bias?
Aisha, it's a good time to be talking to you as we look forward to that interview with the regional head of the United Nations Development Program later tonight on Foreign Affairs. The interaction centered on the annual meetings of the Afro-Exim Bank, which is focused on the theme of building prosperity for the continent, or for Africans. Now, a key concern has been the emerging debt crisis that many continents, many countries on the African continent are presented with. Of course, the UNDP is one of the key development partners for countries such as Ghana and other developing nations around the world. So I sought to get the perspective of the UNDP on attaining the US SDGs, which part of the target focuses on not leaving anyone behind by 2030 as far as the Sustainable Development Goals is concerned. And given this eminent debt crisis that is facing most of the African nations, there are fears that we may not be able to meet these targets. Now, when I put that to the UNDP, a key concern that came up has got to do with financing for these developing nations. And it's instructive to note that the UNDP has carried out a research which is pointing out that there seems to be bias on the part of three key top rating agencies, Standard & Poor's, Fitch, and they talk about one other in the report, which they say that cumulatively, if you put together the way they go about their reporting, they shut the Ghanaian economy out of the international financial markets. And these matters appear to affect investments within our economy. For instance, they point to what they describe as pro-cyclicality of some issues or matters that are.
But basically, no, the normal kana and then the host of the program, Blessed Soga, and Wama Sambre, no. Cliff, you're
said an American, and yet, because na omo edikanfo no ahihye wiase no to the disadvantage of some of us on the African continent.
Yeah.
But interestingly, no, omampani bi obepia free Africa obehu saa asem no ota de tudwa se anka before be kan ya dwua bom ahwehwe kwan a ye befa so a ye betumi overcome that but I say uhwa nipa no bebia ne vision no wono ana bebia se ne onu hu ade no as oye way ahead of the contemporary. Yeah, amanfo enti na se Kwame Nkrumah suffered the same thing, and then say Akufo-Addo is also suffering the same, because it is not just about the credit ratings. Issues about credit ratings are well raised here. If in Ghana, amanfo etwa abon na ne ya ne say sometimes you wonder, because yes, the politicians yes it's fair, because politics there yeah part of the world send yeah politics and they say kwan bia so no or say me twen ba fam e di say me ma wo because mo a wo kosoro no na che say mo na wo tena abanwa no so enti ye ta twetwe ye ho but I get worried when I hear people in academia, professors, doctors, PhD holders sometimes cry be a political science, it be a in economics try to berate some of these things. Interestingly, Fitibra UNDP yes, UNDP virtually the finance ministry wing of the United Nations.
Yes.
And this assembly to me minyanya anti professors in economics and whatever no giving an opinion on what the woman put out there, and that is where we as journalists no or now say your concern no or say echo because say me feel say we economic experts na issues be ba bordering on the international scene na say wontumi eka ensema ema I say say things that brings the country down. Na say international agencies are involved no be vindicate the president on that then probably you have to look at yourself again. It's either as a professor you don't understand your area of study or you are being overly political or you are being mischievous, and that is where the challenge is, because other than that I don't see how. Recently America your friend is saying Senate LFT passed a law for them to lift the ceiling of borrowing. Yes. What was it about? It was about borrowing. You understand? It was about borrowing. It means America has the world biggest economy, to the extent say omuma June deadline say yan lifti say yan shesa amra no and lifti sa ceiling na on be defaulty in their payments.
Yeah.
And on consensus level lifti ya America go into the market to
borrow more
to borrow more, which means a third world country like Ghana have no choice than to also borrow. But then in the borrowing, these rating agencies measurement bank and normally rating, because the rating has direct impact on how you borrow.
Yes.
And the interest rate, because I'm sure the 4.something billion all can sika ye kukura, but in terms of the quantum of interest we pay based on the rating, say nye bias rating na Africa could be saved over 74 billion United States.
And then they say some point now ukoji loan na obi a wo ye B+ credit rating na man B+ no ye betimi amma no e bia say 5% interest rate. But wo ye C- and CC wunya interest rate 5% no
wunya be 10%,
but 10%,
and that's difference of 5
it's no cost
enti o the best kemu a say nipa no ye bone bosia 100 Ghana and onu tua 5%. What it means is say anytime be akwa kotua ni sika ni si won obetua no your friend is saying 2.5 250 pesos. Why you demand at 10%?
Who could 50 pesos?
50 pesos. It say mungina mu the same rating. What it means is say anka ube save 250 pesos. 250.
At the full. Now woman won't mean swat tape akunya won't mean swat. Yes, after table so.
That is the thing. It is very, very important. Yeah. And me, I like the platform president and make it call no Afro-ism.
Yes.
Afro-ism no more or less like an African international bank.
Yes.
What you say? Entina one koka Europe. Ana
that was our
UN there. Yes. UN. Of course, UN, you know,
yeah.
But this particular call of looking at how we can re-engineer our own credit rating agencies. It was an African platform.
Yes.
And or make it and I think Anka, what I would have expected of our professors and experts when say President are making this call. Quite soon Ghanaian experts and professionals. Beka omutia boom na omashe say call na president ayeno feasible and Ghana will lead the way in ensuring that Yebenya credit rating agencies are almost the African dynamics. I say very, very well. Now almost I'm moving into the space.
Where the time no come back now we some professors in the academics near that no. Yenye fast young Dr. Don Fehono. Okay. We senior research fellow University of Ghana or ye development economist. Now ye for doc ye mo ache mo akwa ba we the fache pa just 2 minutes quick one. UNDP for and na omo kasafa credit rating say o my bias towards Africa am my aboka be $75 billion. There's a sa akro mo ye ya ka Ghana ebi pack yentimi enko IMF. Where dey show just 2 minutes. What is your opinion on the whole issue? 2 minutes fache ye.
Yo mina masina menchia mochifu nyina. Mamenka say omo kan ni sa omumwa sintia meni omo ya dwen wo njise yuhemu o maye no ene se uhwe acquire credit rating agency bi ni Moody bi ni Standard & Poor omo fa so nsuya na parameters a omo de gina so grade ye no ya na bi o ho a me kan se emu ye rem kakra. For example ye wo emamu hey so omo rate a omo pese omo se so obi boga na bosia and rate de de chia no obi boga na bosia edie na wo ho a kire se sabusa ne nsa kan ebetimi atua so mo ene se enema bi nkoyie wo wo man mu ne senti no se bo busia ni tua be yedna no ma downgrade you ye downgrade wa wo se wo fa Standard & Poor wo ba bi ti say A ana B minus B plus be ria utimi ko bond market ekoji loan na emom se wunya duru C a na che se ho no ba bi a wo da ne nye kra e kire se ye omandi ball bosia na individual bi ball bosia obe branch ana ne nsa aka enam sa akwa no so ntino ya na enyi kwa se ye ma obosia sa na kire du ya Ghana de nti omo kan ye ne se nke yenko an IMF ne se na gufuado ne yewra John Adekunkufu ja amamu no ma yewra John Dramani ma amamu ne yewra Mills no na ye rate ni ye B+ with stable outlook ya eno no ma ne kan se ye ntini ansom ye dangredi ya kama ATS na ye nuanom NDC na omu wo abanwa ne akwanya omu di Ghana so no ye ba foma ye dangredi ye nu ema ye bedu B-, udu B- na je we do last grader se nyame ama me boa ama wanko anima o next grade no do C wa untimi nkobon market na nado eba ye na osa beji abanwa no na ye nam B- with stable outlook as we timi boa Emma Ghana upgrade here for the first time since 2007. We saw Ghanaian economy being upgraded in 2019. That is a yetimi enya upgrading. Emma you could do B with stable outlook. Now enu na fofia metro ta COVID ni nema ba yi no. Ye downgrade here twice. Ye by B- ya and siasa besi. Ye be do C no. Ye ni akwanya se be ko bond market bi. Ntu ya last year the man asude kese ba ya si di ni se ni adade nyina ni se na akwanya ye wa ye de be ko bond market na sa akwanya no eni ho se kanya sa downgrade na nka Ghana ye wa akwanya so ye be ko bond market yanke etimi ko yanke ebia nke wan ko hia ma se ye be ko an IMF ti wono me no mo ya ade na minua de eye problem wo grade na amanfo kan nyina ho ni se omu ya apart from se Ghana ye ni aye internal some bi say mo aye bo economy mu ebi ti say debt to GDP ratio of fiscal and revenue generation effort ekwaya ofaso a odiji usika ene wo ka ode ye rere sa na me nyina na ya so am agreeing ba enye no nko e ho na me wo problem no say eto bi o mu the whole sub region no na ye will be a friend risk factor ti sa risk no o mu hwe say original wo no say Ghana we are in West African sub region e de bay and the air cost wa say you ne bi e wo Mali say bi Mali entokwa ne akokwa ne sensenti no o mu niama nye wo ha Ghana sa risk no e affect e ma ye grade ye credit rating no apart from say internal name maybe to say your bosia board do ayabo any your revenue generation the 14 year daddy your GDP growth near that no almost no yeah almost chow money ko share origin no the one na me see say enko yi say mainly kunu ntokwa anka me mo Ghana the enemy ye dey bio Ghana a fee say you call Eurobond market from 2007 to date no tambia no your bond ye tia ye ndi 40 da ntokwa mainly ni adade nyina na yetimi tia adentina say ye rating na ye say ye ko fan tokwa bi wo baabi ni adade abewewem ho no na minu ya ase entwa yi papa
doc
na nado
we the fact say
doc wait for 1 minute okay for 1 minute na nado nyansa wo ye ya minu ya no ma mo university a da bia meka ya asam no obudi mi ka tuo ma no gu no so no entwa yi say na nado adenkyire nyina ne say yempe African bond market say wo European bond market ni African bond market dia ni ya set your parameters na yenia no aboa ye because any yete ye ho ase ana yesu yenye se ni betimi aboa ma yetimi akoyanim saa de wi ana na do kan ne nkeze ke ni e wa academia no ye bamum ni e bebo na baso na nso so e wa na mi nua no ma ni no mu academia enne no enam so mo different political agenda nti na do asem bi obeka bia no e ye kra na agency bone no omutu o ma no gu no so me fi say ankoye mi nua.
Doc, me that's a pajami aduma and every week here at least we are going to dedicate about 45 minutes for this discussion. Why this topic? Why
yeah.
See, Dr. John Donfair was a development economist and senior research fellow, Center for Social Policy Studies, University of Ghana, Legon, and now Motene Cassian and Eddie Komono. For the time, no, EBT, Timonfa, and but Yebeka cry. Cliff, young MPP matters. So they will be
so far so good.
Yeah.
Candidates in yeah, we vetting no.
Yeah.
Obia enam aproboso a oton no ho. Share so far as the four runners na be miensa Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Kennedy Ohini